right, thank you very much, Ahmad. I spoke to Larry Bird. He said he told his team that they shouldn't feel better about anything. He says we haven't accomplished anything yet. All we've done is bought ourselves another day. Now, this series has been relatively free of any of the trash talk. That was until the Pacers arrived in their locker room tonight, and they saw a quote on their board from Ron Harper. Ron Harper yesterday during practice here at Conseco said, while looking up on the roof laying down, it's a nice roof. Lots of interesting banners, but no championship banners. And they're not going to get one here either unless they steal one from some other team. Now, I spoke to Mark Jackson about that, and he says it's garbage. It's just absolute garbage. We don't need that for motivation. We're going to beat them without the quotes. Bob?
Jim, thanks. Doug, a quick thought before tip-off?
Well, I can't go the garbage. I'll go a little bit of strategy here. I talked to Rick Carlisle, the Indiana assistant, before the game. He said they're going to try to run a couple plays early. They have 2 plays scripted. Mark Jackson is going to play a screen roll. He's going to come off the screens. They're going to test Kobe's ankle early, so let's watch to see how he handles it.
The officials are Dick Bavetta, Steve Javie, and Ronnie Nunn. Mark Jackson on his former LA Clipper teammate Ron Harper, whose pass to Rice is broken up as Rice went up for the shot. And the Pacers take it.
You can see they run the first play of the game for Glen Rice. They want to get him involved.
Dale Davis drives on Shaq, who swats it away.
See, now Rick Smits has got to be able to post up against AC Green. If they're going to put Shaquille O'Neal on Dale Davis, Smits has got to get in the post, and he's got to score.
Reggie for 3.
The Pacers have not shot well from 3 this whole series. Could this be the night they break loose? That was a tough shot.
Reggie's got Harper. AC Green with the screen. Here's Kobe. And a 3-second violation is called on the Lakers. If anything, the Indiana crowd seems to be further energized by the Game 3 win. It's always loud here. In the early going, it's louder in Game 4 than it was in Game 3. Here's Smits going to work and scoring.
Now, Rick Smits has really struggled in this series. 10 of 29. Big basket. Reggie with the 3s, followed up by Smits in the post. Good start for the Pacers.
Bucking a couple of trends as Harper tries to turn the corner on Miller and then hands it to Shaq. And Smits goes up to contest him and fouls him.
That's a good foul, though, by Rick Smits. We've seen all these touch fouls, and you can see Larry Bird sort of smile with that. But here's Rick Smits now. Shaquille O'Neal has switched back to him. He goes across the lane. They've tried to open the game up early with him shooting inside, and he delivers. Now here is the play inside. The little penetration, and Smits comes over. That's a good foul. Don't give him the dunk. Make him make 2 free throws. He's missed 31 free throws the last 2 games.
He hits his first. Just for the heck of it, we figured out what he'd be averaging if he had made every free throw he's taken in this series. If he'd been perfect like Reggie Miller has been, he'd be averaging 51 points a game. On the other hand, if he made them all, they wouldn't foul him that often.
Well, I've always said that how Shaquille shoots them early in the game really dictates how you're going to play him and how you're going to use your fouls. The other day, he didn't shoot many in the first half, only 1 of 2, 2 of 11 in the second half.
He hits them both to start this one. The first 2 Pacer possessions bucking a couple of trends. Reggie had made only 3 of 15 threes before his first one, and Smits was only 10 of 29 from the field before he connected. Now he drives by Shaq and scores again.
Little dose of confidence here by Rick Smits. It looks like he's got a bloody nose out there. He's got some cotton up in his nose, so we don't know when that happened, but maybe that's helped him.
It was on the foul against Shaq. He caught a forearm in the face as he fouled O'Neal. Bryant with the double pump, and he's off. Davis, their best rebounder, pulls it down. Jackson on the drive. Reggie Miller gets it out to Davis. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. And the shot rattles out from the corner.
And Bob, Kobe is not moving well at all. He is really favoring that foot.
Miller to the floor for the steal. Hands to Jackson.
When you're at home, it seems like you get all the hustle plays, all the energy.
It's Smits against Green. Before the shot, there's a whistle. AC Green commits his first.
Bob, keep your eye on Kobe. The last time defensively, he could not slide or push off that ankle. Mark Jackson went right around him.
Pass in the lane to Jalen Rose, who converts off the assist from Jackson.
Well, they got Reggie going. They got Rose going. Identical to Game 3. They have Smits going. A great sign here for the Pacers offensively.
And they lead it 9-2. O'Neal backing in on Davis. Out to Kobe. Off the dribble to the baseline. Slings it out to Rice, who hits the jumper plus the foul. A chance for a 4-point play.
Now that's what Kobe Bryant does. This is what they miss. He penetrates, breaks the defense down, it collapses, and he knows exactly where Glen Rice is on the floor. Now that's a big basket here. If Glen Rice hits that three and now follows it up with his free throw, a 4-point play. Those are the kind of things that get you actively involved and actually will stimulate you to play better defense.
Three-point play for Rice, who had only 3 points in Game 1 and only 7 in Game 3, with a 21-point outburst sandwiched in between. Smits again, this time against Shaq with the hook. He's 3 for 3. Ron Harper. Shaq on the offensive glass with the dunk.
What a powerful move. He just tipped the ball to himself. Dale Davis tried to keep him off the block, just not big enough. And then the powerful finish.
Kobe Bryant bumped Mark Jackson for Kobe's first foul.
One of the things the Pacers have done, they've done a pretty good job limiting offensive rebounds. The Pacers only giving up 11 offensive rebounds a game to one of the best rebounding teams in the league, the Lakers, and there's the strong finish by Shaquille O'Neal.
Here's Miller, who hit his first shot and had the second rattle out. Bouncing to Jackson, now Smits. 4 for 4.
You think confidence is not an amazing thing? Now, Rick Smits couldn't make a basket the first 3 games. Now he's got it locked in. They had to help Kobe in the post. Mark Jackson with the easy find.
Bryant hits over Jackson.
See, I think as the game goes on, if Kobe can get his ankle to loosen up, it appears already he's starting to feel much better about it than he did the first couple minutes, Bob.
Jalen Rose comes off the screen and pops the jumper.
2 good screens, actually. He got one from Dale Davis and then one from Rick Smits. It's interesting, but Indiana's screening much better at home than they did in Los Angeles. Execution much better.
AC Green on the move against Smits. Count it plus the foul.
Oh, that's a bad foul there because now you've got to take yourself out of the game. Rick Smits is doing so well. That's his second foul. He's going to have to sit. He just can't move his feet laterally. It's not because he doesn't want to. His legs are tired. He's had some sore feet, sore knees. He's taken a pounding through his career. The mind is willing. The body just won't move over there, and that's a tough foul after getting off to a great start.
Larry Bird reluctantly removes him, although in Austin Croshere, he's bringing a guy off the bench who's been one of his stars in this series.
See what that does, though? That enables Shaquille to play strictly against Dale Davis. Croshere's against AC Green. Now, Shaquille will help in the lane against everything.
Davis screens for Miller. Rice fights through it. Reggie for 3. He had made only 3 3-pointers in the entire series. He's hit 2 in the first 5 minutes of this game. Here's Rice. And Croshere pulls in the rebound.
And he'll pull up and shoot a 3 if you don't cover him here.
Jackson on the move against Kobe. Threw it away beyond Croshere.
We see Kobe Bryant start here. He played all 12 minutes, had a couple turnovers, has not shot the ball well. But what I see more as the game is going on here It's not so much that his ankle's slowing him down, that he's rusty. You can see he's a little off balance there. Goes inside, Mark Jackson takes him, can't quite finish here as he goes to the basket. And doesn't get into the rotation there defensively. You see him normally would come over and maybe try to block that shot. So what I see here is he's trying to work himself back into the game after being out, since game 2, only playing 9 minutes. Let's go talk to Ahmad Rashad. Ahmad?
All right, thanks, Doug. One of the things Kobe said, a sort of a side effect of this ankle thing, is that in the last few days he has been getting round-the-clock treatment and has not slept because of the alternating different treatments that he's had. Instead, if there's anything else, he was a little tired coming into the game today, so he was a little concerned about that. That could be a factor also. Bob?
Ahmad, thanks. Kobe has shot 1 for 4, scored 2 points, couple of assists, couple of turnovers. Here's Travis Best, who always comes in at the start of the second quarter. Scored 14 points in game 3 after only 6 combined in the first 2 games in LA. Derrick McKey against Robert Horry with that little hook. He'll take it away. The foul on McKey, his first.
Now, Derrick McKey's not a guy that you go primary offense to, but remember he got an offensive rebound and laid the ball in the basket. And Larry Bird came right out of that quarter timeout and he said, we're going to post up McKey. Made a nice play, just got the foul.
Derek Fisher is in for the Lakers. He'll match up against Best.
And that's been a great matchup.
Kobe Bryant, that's his second basket. He's 2 for 5 now.
Under control. His feet were balanced underneath him, got his shoulders square. That's what he's going to have to do right now as he works himself back into the game.
Miller being chased by Fox. McKey with the screen, and Reggie lost it.
Now they run that little sideline screen, and you see Robert Horry jumped out there. Reggie Miller was not expecting that, and he forced the turnover.
Here's Horry looking for O'Neal against Perkins. The jump into the lane and the hook that's no good. It bounces to Fox, though. His jumper is short, and Perkins claims it. O'Neal is now 1 for 6 from the floor, and he's been held to 5 at this point. Travis Best.
And a great sign. When Travis Best goes quickly, he's a much better player. Derek Fisher's gotten him over dribbling in many occasions in this series. That was a quick hitting play. Nice finish by Best.
O'Neal out of the double to Fisher. They swing it to Fox. Fisher's got it back. And he connects from the head of the key.
These two guys have been really playing well against each other. Bob, you said it the other day. He had 10 points and 10 assists in game 3. Had to leave for defensive purposes when Mark Jackson came in late in the game. But he's been great against Travis Best.
Best trying to break him down, throws up the floater and gets the roll. Well, he made 5 of 7 in game 3 and has hit his first 2 in game 4.
Now, why could Best get to the basket? Because Shaquille is worried about Sam Perkins.
Fox penetrates, lays it in, and he'll come to the free throw line with a chance for a 3-point play. The foul was Sam Perkins first. You saw Glen Rice cheering Rick Fox on in rather tepid fashion, actually. Fox has gotten a lot of Rice's minutes. Rice started this game by drilling a couple of jumpers, then picked up 2 quick fouls, and he's sitting for the moment. Larry Bird, the NBA Coach of the Year in his first of 3 seasons. He said flatly all along it would be 3 seasons and out. And so he's facing Phil Jackson in the finals, just as he faced Jackson's Bulls in the Eastern Conference Finals in his first season. And you remember the Pacers won every home game in that series, but still lost it in 7, as Jackson's team won all of its home games as well. The visiting team never broke through in that series. So even 3 wins here in games 3, 4, and 5 might not be enough for the Pacers. O'Neal, just before the shot clock would have expired, hits the jumper.
He has really perfected that little shot, that little power dribble going up, right arm close to the basket and just sort of squirting the ball over the defender. Reggie Miller is so good at this. Bobby is so good at cutting through the lane and drawing fouls. Robert Horry steps out and bumps him. Now watch Reggie Miller. He's going to cut through, and the minute he sees Horry, watch him. He's going to run right into him, and he's going to get the foul. You know why he did that? Because he knew they were over the limit on the next one. He get to shoot 2 free throws. That's just being a smart player.
Miller hasn't scored since 3 minutes remained in the first quarter. He's missed his last 4 shots from the floor. He's 2 for 7 overall, but he still hasn't missed a free throw in the series.
You know, Shaq had started out 2 for 7. We had talked about how he'd struggled inside. Since he got his 3rd foul, he's actually shot the ball better. Hit his last 3 shots as Reggie missed a free throw. You hear the groans here in the crowd. People aren't used to seeing that.
He had made 25 in a row against the Lakers until he missed that one. Glen Rice got up in the air, had to change his shot. It could have been a 3-point play. As it is, he'll shoot 2 free throws after McKey's 2nd foul. Glen Rice had to be galling for a guy who's been a 3-time All-Star, once a 25, 26-point-a-game scorer, to not be on the floor in the crucial moments of the 4th quarter of Game 3. This summer on NBC, we have a Law & Order doubleheader every week. Tune in for great drama with Law & Order every Monday and Wednesday all summer long. Rice can make this a 2-point game, and he does.
I think if you're Phil Jackson right now, we see Rick Fox, Kobe Bryant with 3 fouls on the bench. But I think if you're Phil Jackson, you have to be very happy. You've sort of weathered this storm, this emotion. The Pacers got off to a great start, and you're within 2 here with 2:30 to go.
Austin Croshere drives baseline, flips up a hook after slipping by O'Neal.
Now that's a great move, number 1. Number 2, Shaq has to stay away from his 4th foul, so he sort of back off that play, and Croshere was able to finish it.
Shaq with a jump hook of his own. He doesn't get the roll. Horry is there to try and follow it. They'll count it plus the foul.
Wow, Shaquille O'Neal is very, very lucky here. This could have been his 4th foul over the back. Instead, they're going to give a 3-point play opportunity to the Lakers. But watch Shaquille here as he misses this shot. He goes over the top right there. That ball is knocked loose to Horry for a 3-point play. And you know what? Phil Jackson says, you know what? I better get Shaq out here. I am very lucky. That should have been Shaq's 4th foul. So Salley's going to come in here to finish this half.
Shaq out with 13 points and 7 rebounds. Make it 8, along with a couple of blocks. 3-point play in a 1-point game.
If I'm Reggie, I'd drive that ball in there and get a foul. They'll put you on the line.
Here he goes, but he gives it up to Best for 3. It spins out, but it's still Pacer ball as the Lakers touched it last. Fresh 24 for Indiana, 1:41 to play in the half. Croshere again into the traffic, and again he scores.
Well, he's got a really knack to score around that basket. He's not a big power forward, but he's quick, and he's crafty in there. He moves that ball around and takes it away from the defensive player.
He's scored 8. And McKey takes it away from Rice. They've got a 3-on-1 break, and Reggie Miller was fouled on his way to the basket.
Now that's a smart point guard, and I'll tell you why. You've got Derrick McKey running on one side, and you've got Reggie Miller running on the other. You always want to set up your score. So you fake the ball away from McKey. I see the nice steal here. Now, Best is going to be in the middle of the floor. You want to get your scorer involved here. So you fake it. You try to go to Reggie, and he gets the foul, and he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. But you always want to think out there as a point guard, get the ball in the hands of your scorers.
He's already missed 1 free throw in this game, speaking of Miller. That's a full game's quota of misses for him. And he makes them both this time.
We always talk about how you finish halves. Now with Kobe and Shaq sitting on the bench, can they get a little 7-8 point cushion here going into halftime?
They don't have Shaq to look to for the moment. It's Salley in its center. It's Fisher from the baseline who misses it. Croshere with the rebound for Indiana. Inside a minute. Their lead had been trimmed to 1. Now they're back up by 5. Best turns the corner, pops the jumper. Ball still loose, and Best comes down with it at 5'11". Here's Croshere, corner 3. That's short. And Harper takes it. Derrick Fisher. Nice hoop by Fisher.
Well, he's a powerful little guy. Both he and Travis Best, left-handed, both about the same size, will go inside and punish the defense. That was a strong move by Fisher.
Shot clock and game clock virtually identical. Indiana holding for the last shot. Croshere screening for Best. Fisher diving in to knock it away. 2 seconds. Harper for 3 at the horn. And Croshere risked a goaltend by flying in to grab it. Fisher, meanwhile, is down on the other side of midcourt.
2 big plays that time by Fisher. They were able to stay here within 3 points. Fisher makes a nice drive and scores. Then he forces the turnover. So Indiana had a chance, Bob, maybe to push it to a 7-point lead with Shaq and Kobe on the bench. The Lakers did a nice job closing that out, and they stayed within 3.
Reggie Miller is with Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much, Bob. Reggie, you were able to get some rest, as was Jalen. Will that be beneficial so you won't be out of gas at the end of the fourth quarter tonight?
Well, we hope so. I think only time will tell. You know, we got out to a big lead, but, you know, LA fought their way back in. You know, hopefully the rest in the second quarter will help us down the fourth.
How do you take advantage of both Shaq and Kobe in foul trouble with 3?
Well, they're both smart players. They know how to stay out of foul trouble, and even though they have 3, you know, we know that they're 2 go-to players, so they'll be smart about it.
What will you say to Rick Smits? He has 3. He's been very effective. What will you say to him to keep him in the game here in the second half?
Well, really, you know, Rick has to talk to himself. He has to stay on the floor, and we got to beat him. If he got it going like that, he could put a lot of pressure on Shaq for us.
Reggie, thank you. Good luck in the second half. All right, back to you, Bob.
Okay, Jim, thanks. The Lakers never led at any time in the first half. The Pacers led by as many as 10, but LA draws to within 3 at halftime. Stay tuned for Hannah Storm, Isaiah Thomas, Bill Walton, Steve Jones, and Peter Vesey, who has an interview with Larry Bird on Net Zero at the half. You're watching the NBA Finals on NBC.
Shot back in Indianapolis. Phil Jackson told his team at halftime, too many turnovers, not enough offensive rebounds. Said they're playing aggressive, but they're giving up too many fouls. Also told his team they've got to play the toughest 20 minutes that they've played this entire season, even tougher than they did in Game 7. Also, one update on Kobe Bryant. I talked to Kobe at halftime. He said the ankle is bothering him, but he will continue to play. Let's go down to Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much, Ahmad. Well, Larry Bird told his team he's very pleased with the rebounding, 20-17, second chance points. He's very happy with 12-5. He's very unhappy with the turnovers. Also, 7 unforced errors in the second quarter. He wants them to protect the ball, and he wants them to read where Shaq is. If he gets the ball up high, he doesn't want them doubled. He also told him, you're 24 minutes away from being back in this series with a great opportunity to win. Bob?
Jim, thanks, and here we go in the second half. Reggie Miller started hot, rather cold since. Lobs to Smits. Smits slings it out to Jackson. Jackson to Jalen Rose. 4 seconds to shoot. Rose leans in, and it comes up short. Here's Kobe Bryant with it. He scored 6 points and had 4 assists in the first half. He gives it up to Harper. Harper lost it on his way to the hoop. Kind of a juggling attempt at a shot. And it's into the hands of Jalen Rose. He pulls up and drills the jumper.
I think what you're seeing immediately is Jalen Rose has got to get himself involved. Now, Rick Smits played very well. He had 10 points, Reggie Miller 13, but Jalen Rose only 6. And he really needs to be a guy that gets 20-plus points for this team if they're going to win, Bob.
You saw something else on the stat line relating to Kobe Bryant as he fires his jumper, and he's off with it.
Well, he has no free throw attempts, nor rebounds, which tells you he's sort of staying out of congestion. There is the foul. That's going to be 4 on Kobe Bryant. So fouls already taking their toll right now. What will Phil Jackson do here? Will he come out and substitute? Will he bring in Rick Fox or Shaw, or is he going to let Kobe Bryant play through this? He's got 4. Let's see if you can post Mark Jackson up and go against him one more time. Maybe you can get the 5th. Right here it is. Somebody's got to help. Smits will have the little jump shot.
And Kobe goes up and blocks it, but it winds up in the hands of Dale Davis, whose open jumper won't go. Bryant accelerating to the baseline and hitting the jumper.
It's an amazing gamble by Phil Jackson to leave Kobe out there. Now, a lot of it might be, too, he's afraid that if he sits down there, he's just come out of halftime, and he sits a long time, maybe he'll really stiffen up.
Miller coming off the screen. Looking for Smits. Smits into the lane, lofts it high over Shaq, gets it back, and puts it in.
This is the most aggressive I've seen him, but I think a lot of it is the fact that he got some baskets to go down early, so his confidence is very high right now.
We played 2 minutes of the second half. Indiana by 5. Kobe Bryant cuts it to 3.
See, Kobe is starting to get back into the flow. Bob, I don't care how good you are. When you take time off with an injury and you don't get a chance to play, when you come back, you're going to be rusty.
The shot clock wasn't operating, and the officials call a halt to things.
You see Kobe here as he goes to the basket. Now, that's his left ankle that he has to plant when he's going that direction. He comes back, so it looked like he trusts it. And this way, he's going to plant that right foot to go up for this jump shot. Hangs in the air. What a tough shot. He knocks down 2 jumpers.
The Pacers repeat the inbound, and now the shot clock is ticking.
See if they go back to Jalen Rose.
He returns it to Mark Jackson for 3. It's just short. Rebound battle won by Shaq.
Kobe wants that ball in the post.
AC Green looking for Bryant, but Jackson has pushed him far from the basket. Doesn't take him long to get into the lane and hangs in the air with another beauty.
Well, it's a bad sign for the Pacers. Now, Kobe picks up his 4th foul, and it almost excites him. He's like now going to the basket, something we didn't see in that first half.
He's doubled his point total in less than 3 minutes. He's got a dozen now.
See, Mark Jackson's got to be very careful he doesn't get him out of sync here trying to go at Kobe.
That worked like a perfect pass. It was a wild shot over the outstretched arm of Shaq, but Dale Davis was there to receive it and stuff it back home. Here's Harper all the way to the rack.
And Mark Jackson just ran right beside him, and Harper just takes the ball and lays it in the basket. Larry Bird cannot be happy with that.
The Lakers, who have never led, are again within 1. Jalen Rose. And now LA has a chance to move in front for the first time tonight. Kobe Bryant had it knocked away. Here's Reggie Miller back to the front court. Now it's Jalen Rose over Bryant.
We saw this in the Portland series. Remember when Kobe got in foul trouble? Portland really went at him because he struggled playing guys in the post. That time Jalen Rose had an easy shot. He just missed it down there.
Rice for the lead, and LA has it.
We talked about in the open, Glen Rice put himself in a position where he was going to have to perform, and he's doing it tonight. He pulls up and he hits the jump shot to give the Lakers a 2-point lead, and the bench is very excited about this. They've gotten off to a good start here right now. Larry Bird wants to calm his team down a little bit. Let's take a look at Kobe Bryant, and this is all in this quarter now. He picks up his 4th foul. So what are the Pacers going to do? They're going to try to post him to get his 5th. Kobe goes up and blocks the shot. Then he hits a fading little jump shot. Now he drives left, pulls up, and the double clutch jump shot. More importantly, the little 1-footer off that sore ankle on the run, as he's really exploded here after he picked up his 4th foul. And you can see Jalen Rose 3 of 9 tonight, 8 points. Glen Rice has 11, so he has answered the charge right now by his coach. He's playing exceptionally well, and Jalen Rose is struggling.
In fact, Rose and Reggie are a combined 5 of 16.
See, one thing that Indiana gets themselves in problem with sometimes, if they have a matchup they like, they go to that. And sometimes guys get lost. It might be Smits, it might be Miller. They've got to play in the flow rather than trying to go just to one guy.
Pacers inbound after AC Green's 2nd foul. Shot clock is down to 6. Here's Reggie against Harper, turning, leaning, shooting, missing. And the rebound to Kobe Bryant. In the paint to Shaq. Deals out to Harper and then Kobe again. To the baseline, up to the hoop. Doesn't get the roll, and it bounces to Rose. Smits against AC Green. Big height advantage, and he immediately goes to the hook.
That's when Indiana's good, when they play early offense. Now, Bob, one of the things to watch here, Mark Jackson, anytime he's been switched up on Kobe, he's beating them off the dribble. They're going to have to defend him better than that.
O'Neal is double teamed, and you could barely hear it over the crowd, but there was a whistle for an Indiana foul.
When Rick Smits gets the ball in the flow here, the defense doesn't have a chance to get over, and he gets in that little jump hook. That's his little pet shot in the lane. You see Shaq being occupied underneath the basket by Dale Davis.
The foul a moment ago was Dale Davis's second. Rose on Rice, who shoots over him. It's short, and Davis, one of the best rebounders in the league, takes that one. Reggie to the baseline. Back up top to Mark Jackson. Reggie for three over Kobe. He's gone cold since the first quarter.
See, Kobe's got 4 fouls there. If you're Reggie, you don't want to settle up for that 3. Drive that ball, try to get some contact. Maybe you get the 5th foul against him.
Here's O'Neal out of the double to a wide open AC Green, but a whistle before the shot. Back to Reggie Miller. He's missed his last 6 shots from the floor. A technical foul's been called on Ron Harper. But Rick Smits picked up the personal, which was his 4th.
Usually what happens is there's a retaliation. A guy fouls, and there's a retaliation. So Smits is going to get the foul, which is number 4.
It's Miller to shoot the tee.
Let's just watch to see what happens here. Now, they're going to call the personal foul on Rick Smits. There's Smits in the lane. He's going to step over, and he cracks Harper there with an elbow, and then he hits him on the shoulder, and they call the technical. So that's the retaliation, the personal and the technical. Not in the penalty yet, so the Lakers have the ball sideline out.
Smits stays on the floor with the 4 fouls. Harper left alone for 3. It pops out. Shaq pops in to grab it. His jumper hits the side of the glass. Kobe takes it. He's surrounded and fouled.
One of the things now the Pacers must do, if you're going to collapse in there on Shaq, all 5 guys must go back and rebound. Jalen Rose has got a rebound. Reggie Miller's got a rebound. Now, Jalen Rose in the first half had 1 rebound, Reggie Miller 3, but your guards have to go to the board if you're going to double team.
The foul was Reggie Miller's first. Here's Rice. AC Green. And a 3-second violation.
Now that occurred because AC Green had an open shot and he didn't shoot it. Shaq went to the boards to rebound it, and that's what happens if you don't take the shot when you should, Bob.
AC Green, nominally a starter. He opens each half. He logs fewer than half the minutes in the game, though. Here's Jackson from the head of the key. O'Neal is there to take it. The Pacer lead is 1. And AC Green puts the Lakers in front, and he'll be coming to the free throw line. And the look of disgust on Larry Bird's face across the way speaks volumes.
Conversion defense. When you get guys running, you got to talk and you got to pick guys up. Nobody converses, and here comes Jalen Rose. Actually, the offhand that time by AC Green as he takes the ball to the basket. Wrong foot, right hand, lays it in the basket. And again, Jalen Rose is not having the game that he had in game 2 and 3.
AC Green, who was on the Laker team that beat Larry Bird's Celtics in the finals in 1987, misses the free throw.
Every time they come off a screen down, Mark Jackson, Kobe Bryant is helping out. Mark Jackson's going to be wide open for the shot. Just watch Kobe Bryant.
It's AC Green hit with his 3rd.
So you look at the first half stats, we talk about how Indiana shoots free throws. They were 11 of 14. LA was 12 of 14. So actually the free throw line better for the Lakers than the Pacers in that first half.
We played more than half the period. Shaquille O'Neal is scoreless in the third quarter for the Lakers, but they've taken the lead. Not for long, as the hook by Smits puts the Pacers in front. He had a 20-point game against the Knicks and 25 against Philadelphia earlier in the playoffs. This is the first time he's done much of anything in the finals. He's got 16, and he's got the fans on their feet at the Fieldhouse. O'Neal quiets the crowd.
See, what's happening, though, is if AC Green is going to play Rick Smits, then they have to go to him, and he's got to be able to deliver it. Let's see if they go back to him once again here in the post. You cannot let Shaquille O'Neal hide on Dale Davis.
Davis with the fake, brings it back out to Jackson. 5 seconds to shoot. Jalen Rose, Jackson open, big three, and he hits it.
Remember I told you that Kobe's helping out. So Mark Jackson is going to have that shot. He's just got to get his rhythm and knock it down. That's about the third one he's had this quarter.
Riding a seesaw, and now it's Indiana's turn to lead. Harper ties it.
How about that? Ron Harper with the left hand switches in the lane and uses the glass.
Jalen Rose uses the right hand and the glass. His offhand. And Indiana reclaims the lead at 70-68. Anybody who thought coming out of LA that this wasn't a series was wrong.
Kobe Bryant is going to help against any kind of dribble penetration, and Mark Jackson's just going to slide to the open area, and he's going to be wide open for the three-point shot. That's what we talked about, that Kobe was going to be in help defense. And Mark Jackson's got to square himself up just like this and knock the shot in. Now, what did Larry Bird have to say about this? I think Larry liked it. I think Larry would have liked to have shot it, is what I think.
He'd feel more confident about it. No disrespect toward Jackson or anybody else. Brian Shaw, who's played only 3 minutes tonight, is in for Ron Harper. Here's Kobe Bryant against Reggie Miller. Kobe, left hand, banked it too hard. Shaquille O'Neal is there. The automatic finish once he got it that deep, plus the foul.
Your instincts tell you when the ball goes up to go to the boards. When you're guarding Shaq, you can't. You've got to turn and face guard him. Now watch Dale Davis. He gets underneath, and Shaq just walks him underneath the basket. So what you have to do, Bob, you have to go try to meet him out on the court, face guard him, and keep him away from the basket. But your instincts say, go rebound.
He's made 4 of 5 free throws tonight. The foul was Dale Davis's third, and the Lakers have a 1-point lead. Jalen Rose over Shaw. And O'Neal clears it.
Now, when Robert Horry's in the game, they're a much better offensive team. AC Green does not look to shoot, and Horry will spot out and shoot that three if Croshere helps.
Here's Glen Rice against the clock. Tried to get it into Shaq, and they bat it away. Here's Reggie to the corner for Croshere. Croshere into the paint, slams into Horry, and the foul is on Croshere.
Robert Horry's playing terrific basketball right now. I don't know what his plus-minus is, but when he's in the game, he just gives them such a lift. He steps over here. He's a very, very good team defender. Now, Croshere has beat him individually, but he's a very good team defender.
And he has shown repeatedly that he will take a hit in order to draw that charging foul. Here's Kobe driving past Miller.
That was quick, and that was powerful with a finish, and you're seeing Kobe work himself into the game. And now the Lakers lead by 3. It's vital here that Pacers come down and get something positive.
Even though it's only 3, it's the Lakers' biggest lead of the night. Miller against Shaw. Almost lost it, got it back, and cuts it to 1.
Reggie's so good at driving, feeling the contact, and spinning, and he has the medium-range game, so when Shaq is waiting for him, he can pull up and shoot it.
That's his first field goal since the first quarter. He's 3 for 10 in the game. Kobe can't answer. And there's a Laker foul on the rebound. And it's O'Neal's 4th.
So Kobe has 4. Shaquille has 4. Sam Perkins is going to step into the game now. He's going to give, who's he going to give a rest here to? Probably Dale Davis. Now that means, again, that Shaquille will have to play Sam Perkins. When that happened in the first half, remember, Indiana was able to get to the basket, or they also were able to find Perkins shooting the outside jump shot. So let's see if they get Perkins shooting that outside jumper if Shaq helps.
Reggie threw it up on the run and missed it.
That's a bad shot by Reggie. Fumbled that on the way up, Bob. Never had control of it.
Glen Rice, catch and shoot. Shaq volleyballs it to keep it alive and then powers it down.
You just can't keep him off the board. You think you've got great defensive position, and he just overpowers you.
Again, LA by 3. Croshere against Horry, and Robert Horry fouled him.
Shaquille O'Neal has not really been a primary offensive player, but he's getting all of his baskets here off offensive rebounds. This is where he's really punishing the Pacers. This was his 9th rebound of the quarter.
17 of them for the game. And a short breather for him. Last 1:06 of the third. On Saturday, July 1st, join NBC at the famed grass courts of the All England Club for the world's most prestigious tennis championship, Wimbledon. American Pete Sampras looks for his record 7th Wimbledon title to become the all-time men's leader in Grand Slam singles wins with 13. Wimbledon coverage begins Saturday, July 1st on NBC.
Now the Lakers here have called their open set with Shaquille O'Neal out of the game. They love to let Kobe isolate and play one-on-one. Let's see if he can do this against Reggie.
Kobe spinning into the paint. Another tough hoop.
That's the play they like to run. Kobe, little one-on-one, they call it their open set, and they open it up with Shaquille O'Neal on the bench. There's no post player in there.
Sam Perkins out to Croshere. Perkins trying to spot up for 3, and Robert Horry is hit with the foul, sticking his leg out to trip Perkins up.
This is Chicago's old play for Michael Jordan. Kobe doesn't look too bad running it, but they open the floor up once again. He's got the whole middle there to work with. No help defense, a little spin move, gathers himself and knocks in the open jump shot.
Kobe has 16, 10 of them in this third quarter. Sam Perkins, on his 39th birthday, has it rattle out. So the best he can do is bring them to within 2, just over half a minute to play in the third. Rick Fox.
That was a set play to get 2 for 1, and Rick Fox hits the 3. Great execution, the last 2 possessions by the Lakers.
The Pacers haven't trailed by this much at any time in the game until now. They're down by 5. And Rick Fox on the foul.
Everything right except the reach. He had Mark Jackson going sideline to sideline. Phil Jackson not happy about that. The last thing you want to do here is put the Pacers to the free throw line. We've talked so often about what a great free throw shooting team they are.
Number 2 on Fox. Pacers, the league's best free throw shooting team and the league's best three-point shooting team, and one of the best field goal shooting teams overall.
Now, Derrick McKey is in the game strictly for defense right now. He's out there to try to square somebody up. This is a big stop here right now. If you can get a score, if you're the Pacers, you get it within 3 and get a stop, you're in pretty good position here starting this fourth period.
Jackson, the 35-year-old veteran from St. John's, makes them both. Kobe to the front court with 5 seconds. Against Miller, it's going to be Bryant. That's pretty clear. Here it is. At the horn, it's short. The Lakers trailed by 3 at the half. They lead by 3 after 3.
Kobe Bryant, a big third quarter, and all this occurred after he picked up his 4th personal foul. Reggie Miller's totals here for the game, only 1 of 4 in that third period, 3 for 11 for the game. He had 22 shots now in game 3 with 33 points, but you can see they forced him out. He's fading out, shooting the little jump shot. Look how far out on the floor that Harper pushes him, forces him to work so hard. He's about 5 feet behind the three-point line. He works so hard just to try to crank up a shot. Then he comes across the middle, fumbles it, and there's Shaquille O'Neal. And interestingly enough now, as we go into this, Bob, in this entire series, 0 for 7. Reggie does not have a field goal in the entire series in the fourth quarter. That's Miller time. 3-point lead for the Lakers, the biggest fourth quarter right now in the Indiana Pacers season. Are they going to even the series, or are the Lakers going to go up 3-1?
Fourth quarter, 4th game. 12 minutes to decide it. Derrick Fisher off to Shaw, and now Robert Horry's jumper is good.
He has been so aggressive. He had 10 points in the first half on 3 of 6 shooting. More importantly, he stepped in, he's taken charges, he's had a couple steals. Notice Mark Jackson here starting the 4th, not Travis Best.
Lakers by 5. Jalen Rose against Rick Fox. Could have been a 3-point play. It popped out. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And we see Glen Rice is on the bench to start this fourth period. Rick Fox is in there. Phil Jackson is much more comfortable with Rick Fox's defense. And we saw in our open, Bob, that even in the other games, that he has gotten the bulk of the minutes here in the fourth period. We're talking about Rick Fox. So even though Rice is playing well tonight, he is just confident with Fox and his defense, especially now that they've been able to get a 4-point lead.
Only one coach in NBA history has won more league titles than Phil Jackson, who claimed 6 with Chicago. Red Auerbach had 9 with the Celtics. As their head coach, he was there in one capacity or another for all 16 that the franchise has won.
Now you have to think they're going to go inside to Shaquille O'Neal. Robert Horry shooting the ball well, as is Rick Fox.
Fisher dribbles out of the trap, finds Shaw. Here's O'Neal. He's got it back. The jump hook isn't there, and McKey is there for the rebound for Indiana.
See, I think if you're Indiana, you got to try to push the tempo right now. Don't get in too much of a half-court game. That benefits the Lakers. They want to play that tempo.
Miller comes off the screen, fumbles the dribble, gives it up to Perkins. Now he has it back. 6 seconds to shoot. Shaq is on Reggie. Jackson's all alone for 3. O'Neal takes it. That could have tied the game and blown the roof off the place.
Bob, Reggie was isolated on the wing against Shaq. Why didn't he drive the ball past him? He gave the ball up.
And a chance as well to hit Shaq with another foul. Fox traveled on the play.
I was really shocked. Shaq was playing him at the 3-point line. He's going to pop out. He's going to get a switch. And Shaq is going to be playing him right here. There's where you attack him. You can't let Shaq come out and play you there. Maybe you'll get his 5th foul.
There's contact away from the ball. Jackson hit the floor. It might be Fox again. If so, it's his 4th. And it is.
And keep our eye on those fouls as they start to mount. We can't say enough that Indiana, if they have an advantage, it's at the free throw line. How quickly can they get there in this period?
Lakers have 2 quick team fouls before 2 minutes has gone by in the fourth quarter. The Pacers don't have any yet. Miller trying to shake Shaw. And does.
There's his first field goal of the series in the fourth quarter. Will this be a jump start for his team?
A 1-point game. Horry from O'Neal. The Pacers can take the lead back. Jalen Rose. Rebound fought for. McKey and Fisher walking a tightrope. And they're walking the other way. It's Laker ball.
The smile you see on Larry Bird's face was this right here. Reggie Miller. Terrific defense by Bryant Shaw. Just better offense by Reggie Miller. His first field goal of the fourth period. And he's got the Pacers to within 1.
Let me correct myself. When we come back, Indiana will have the ball.
Welcome back to Indianapolis. I'm Jim Gray. Lakers lead by 1. Spoke to Larry Bird before the game, and he was talking about Reggie Miller's problems in the fourth quarter in this series. He said, I look for Reggie to elevate his game in the fourth quarter today. He's going to go after the ball. We've talked about it. I thought he was fatigued in the last couple of games, and that was my fault. I should have had him out earlier and longer. Going to get him a little break tonight, and he did get him that break in the first half. He says, we're not going to break our offense to get him shots, but he has to create something. Bob?
And Kobe Bryant is in the game to defend him, so Phil Jackson feels him getting ready to go to Reggie, and he puts Kobe Bryant on him for the first time in the game.
Jalen Rose. Indiana back in front by 1.
And Jalen Rose says, thank you. I've missed about 4 of those shots tonight. I've got it exactly where I wanted it, and I just haven't finished.
Shaq backing in on Perkins. And somebody fouled him.
If Indiana's going to win this game, they're going to have to do it on the strength of their 2 star scorers, Jalen Rose and Reggie Miller. There's Jalen Rose. He finishes. Now remember, in game 3, he didn't have a field goal in the fourth period either. He only had 2 free throws, so big baskets by both of those guys here to start this quarter.
O'Neal has shot only 5 free throws tonight, but he's made 4 of them.
You know,
how about this?
It's really amazing. We can watch this guy, and you see the series free throw shooting. We can see him go from a game where it looks like he's never going to make one and come back into another game and shoot them exceptionally well. You know, it's mind-boggling from game to game how he varies with his free throw shooting.
In game 3, he hit 3 of 13. In game 4, he's 6 of 7.
And would Larry Bird be prophetic when he told Jim Gray, he said, you know, there's going to be one of these games like he had against Portland where he's going to make them all. Well, tonight he's made all but 1.
Bryant on Miller.
And Rice is in the game now, so he's going to get his opportunity here defensively against Rose.
Shaq comes over to help. Here's Perkins for 3. Best got it to Miller, and Reggie drills the 3-pointer that gives the Pacers the lead by 2.
And the littlest man on the floor makes the biggest play. Travis Best with the offensive rebound. Maybe their toughest guy other than Dale Davis.
At just 5'11", he was on the glass and got it to Miller for the 3. Shaq, jump hook, short. Rebound to Perkins.
Indiana's got to look to push the ball. They do not want to play half court here, Bob.
Reggie around Kobe. Deals it out to Rose. Touch pass to the side. Big smooth, Sam Perkins. Happy 39th.
Reggie Miller is putting his stamp on this quarter. It doesn't have to always be by scoring. He has 5 points, but more importantly, he is making plays.
The Pacers are on a 12-2 run.
Miller spreading the floor and using the three-point shot to miss. But look at Travis Best. He gets inside Kobe Bryant and kicks it out. Now Reggie Miller, 3 of 15 going into tonight's game from 3. He's now 3 of 5. Then he dribble penetrates and kicks it out to Sam Perkins, who buries the 3. We had talked about the threes. This is the best three-point shooting team in the NBA. Going into tonight's game, they were 33% from the 3. Tonight, 6 of 13. Will this line be the difference as we see Jalen Rose excited, and you can see that three-point line and how it spaces the game.
And 2 in a row that turned a 1-point deficit into a 5-point lead. Fisher quickly back to O'Neal, and little Travis Best doing what he had to do. Just smacked him one and picked up the foul.
It's going to be a flagrant also. It's going to be 2 shots in the ball.
Well, maybe he didn't have to do that then.
Right there, he goes up strong. Now look at Travis Best. I talked to you before about how Larry Bird said he might be the toughest guy on our team. Look at him throw his body in there and take that foul.
So Shaq will shoot 2, and the Lakers will then retain possession. 7 out of 8.
How do you figure it?
A Jekyll and Hyde act here.
Take a look here to see if he's got the knees bent, got the elbows. They're going to come off his fingertip. Nice soft shot. He's got the arch, and he steps up and makes them both. Like I said, you go figured here, as free throws could be vital here to the Lakers coming down the stretch, because you know they're not going to allow Shaq to lay that ball in the basket.
You know, after watching that foul by Best, we said it before, but it really is a good thing that Shaquille O'Neal has a very gentle nature. Otherwise, he'd erupt now and then, and somebody would get hurt real bad.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Here's Shaq into the lane off balance. And this will go against LA, and it's 5 on O'Neal.
You know, somebody did get hurt real bad right there. Sam Perkins took one in the chest and went down. Just wheels in here with that right shoulder, and you see him as he falls backwards. Now, great matchup right now, Best and Fisher. Remember now, we talked about Best. He cannot over-dribble. Get the ball to Miller or to Jalen Rose. Let them make a play.
It's in Reggie's hands. He swings it to Perkins. Perkins into the paint on the run. Didn't get the roll.
See, Perkins not really a guy you can post up to go at Shaq to get his foul. I tell you, Shaq is taking a beating inside right now. He's going to earn every free throw here to finish up. Inside here, Perkins doing his best to keep him out of the lane. He just hacks him there. Then Jalen Rose comes in, and like you said, Shaq is the kind of guy, a gentle guy. A lot of guys would erupt there and really get angry. Shaq just keeps playing.
With the jump hook off the glass. And the Lakers draw to within 1. Meanwhile, Jackson keeps O'Neal on the floor with nearly 7 minutes remaining, and he's got 5 fouls.
Now, do you come in with Rick Smits and make Shaq play defense? That's a question that Bird's got to think about.
Travis Best turns the corner, pulls up, and banks it in. Kobe Bryant has an answer.
See, he has that little medium-range jump shot. We talk about it being a lost art in the NBA. It's either a 3 and all the way to the basket. He has that pull-up shot. Shaq's illegal, if they were to call it there. They were very fortunate. Had Rose held that basketball, that would have been an illegal defense.
Instead, he missed the jumper. And the Lakers can take the lead. They do not. Rose rebounds Bryant's miss. Then kicks it away. Shaq is there to scoop it up. Now he has it in the paint. They can't stop him, and they foul him.
He bumps you, and he rocks you back. And you're falling back, and you try to foul, and all you can do is just reach up. Now watch how Sam Perkins gets rocked back right there, and he tries to reach up and grab him. And we know that Shaquille O'Neal is just too strong. He's going to finish that. This guy just works every play down the floor. Question again is, how much is Sam Perkins shooting out there worth as opposed to maybe Rick Smits being able to post him? Larry Bird's got a decision he has to make here.
Only his second miss in 10 attempts at the stripe tonight. Here's Miller. Kobe's on him. 5 seconds to shoot. Reggie with the shake move and the drive, the reverse.
See, Shaq is out on Perkins. That's why Bird has kept him out of there. The lane is wide open, or he couldn't get there soon enough.
O'Neal out of the double to Fisher. Good look at a three.
Trust your teammates. You're going to get double and triple team. Kick the ball out and trust that they can make big shots. Derrick Fisher's playing great ball right now for the Lakers,
who lead it by a basket. Travis Best on the run. He has that knack of arcing it high, and with the 7-1 O'Neal coming out at him, the 5'11 Best had the right trajectory to score with it and tie the game at 95.
And what we're seeing is what we saw in New York series. The longer the series goes, the better he's playing.
O'Neal, he plays well all the time, it seems.
I'm just so impressed, though, how hard Shaq plays and how much he keeps his composure.
30 points now for Shaq. Reggie. Three ball from the corner.
Is there anybody in the league that uses screens better and has a quicker release than Reggie Miller?
The answer to that would be no. And for the first time in the series, he's come alive in the fourth, hitting all 4 of his shots in this period. Bryant almost turned it over. Fisher again for 3. And it's going to be Laker ball. The fans were screaming, thinking perhaps Shaq might have fouled over the back.
In the fourth quarter, you go to your stars. Reggie Miller says, Shaq is above the free throw line. They don't have anybody back there that can bother me. I'm going to get in there and I'm going to lay the ball in the basket. And then Shaquille O'Neal, what does he do? He answers right back. He just sort of obliterates Sam Perkins in the low post with a jump hook. And you know what? Reggie says, I'm going to do you one better. I'm not only going to get a 2, I'm going to get a 3, and we're going to lead by 1.
Shaq has 30, Reggie has 26. They've each scored 10 in the fourth. There have already been 7 lead changes in this fourth quarter. Pacers by 1 with 3:45 left. And finally, in the finals, Reggie does in the final period what he had done repeatedly throughout the playoffs earlier on.
Well, more importantly, all those are wins, and they need Reggie Miller to do this. He can electrify his team with the shooting. You got the power of Shaquille O'Neal. You've seen what he's done here tonight in the fourth, and the lightning shooting of Reggie Miller. What will prevail?
Davis leaning on O'Neal, who turns, goes up and misses, but tips in his own miss.
Even though he's 8 for 10 from the foul line tonight, you've got to take your chance and not let him make layups. You still have to make him make free throws, Bob.
8th lead change of the quarter. Shaq with 32 points and 19 rebounds. Miller backs up for 3.
Are you kidding me?
He has said repeatedly, if you want to be a hero, you've got to take hero shots. Well, the Pacers by 2.
Bob, that is unbelievable. I watched him the whole time. They've got Harper on him now.
Ten on the shot clock. Kobe Bryant spinning around Miller into the lane. O'Neal trying to finish it up. Hits the deck. The ball drops. They wave the basket off.
Watch Reggie Miller right here, moving without the basketball. He's going to get a little back screen, and then he stops on a dime, comes off the screen. Perkins just moves just enough to free up Reggie. Back-to-back threes, and then Shaquille O'Neal is going to get the offensive rebound here, go up strong, the loose ball foul. He's going to have to shoot 2 free throws.
The foul was Perkins' 5th. He needs them both to tie it, and he won't do it.
That's what I was talking about before. Even though he was 8 for 10, a dunk is 100%. You go to the free throw line and you make him earn it every time down the floor now.
One-point game.
See, we look at the matchups right now. Robert Horry is playing Sam Perkins. Shaquille is on Dale Davis, so he's going to look for the shot block. So Reggie and Rose have to be very careful if they go to the basket.
Miller comes off the screen, returns it to Best. 8 on the shot clock. Best against Kobe, drives past him, deals out to Perkins. He'll let it go and miss it. Harper with a big rebound for the Lakers, who can take the lead with a basket here. They go to O'Neal, and before he spins to the basket, Dale Davis wraps him up. 4 on Davis.
I'd say what a tough situation for Dale Davis. He's a terrific power forward. He made the All-Star team this year. Double-figure rebounder, does a great job in there. And he's in there right now just to bang against Shaquille O'Neal. We see Rick Smits. We have not seen him in this fourth period. They're going with a better defensive player and the three-point shooting of Perkins.
Lakers still trail by 1. The Tonight Show follows the broadcast of this game after your late local news. Then the Tonight Show, Oscar De La Hoya is among Jay's guests. Can't tie it.
Now the Lakers only have 2 team fouls, but under 2 minutes, you'll only get 1 before you go into the penalty. So right now they might have to use a foul up in this last 2 minutes.
Now it's Harper on Miller. 7 on the shot clock. Reggie off the dribble, slings it out to Best. Bumps off Bryant, pumps up a 3 just before the shot clock. And it was a 24-second violation.
Travis Best wanted to foul against Kobe Bryant. As he started to penetrate, he got bumped, and when he did, he lost his balance. Now watch this as he starts to go. Right there, he loses his balance, never can gather himself, and Kobe gets a hand up just enough to bother it. Now the question is, do you keep going into Shaquille O'Neal now? He's missed 3 of his last 4 free throws, or do you let Kobe try to go against Rose now? Indiana has 5 fouls. The Pacers do not want to foul here and put Kobe on the line.
Kobe fires the jumper and gives LA the lead. 102-100, and even 20 for Kobe Bryant coming back off the sprained ankle.
That's where you miss him in a close game. You can go to him rather than just having to throw it into Shaq all the time.
Harper got up on Miller. 5 on the shot clock. Reggie fumbled it, throws it up with the left hand. A very difficult shot. He had his rhythm interrupted. And now with 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining, the Lakers have the lead in the ball. Deep to Shaq, an immediate wrap-up by Dale Davis. So they'll take their chances with him at the line. That's 5 on Davis.
Kobe Bryant, we've seen him hit so many big shots. We saw it in the Portland series. We saw the game winner against Phoenix. Remember, he's just come back. He gets in the lane. Tremendous confidence in his ability. And again, that's what you miss when you miss Kobe Bryant being out of the lineup. A little go-to guy there at the end of the game other than just throwing it to Shaq.
Lakers by 2 with 1:02 on the clock.
Let's see if Indiana takes a timeout here, or if they have their play that they'll try to flow right into it quickly.
The rebound is tipped to Best. In this next minute, Indiana has to come through to have any realistic chance at their first NBA championship. Jalen Rose, short. Horry with a big rebound.
I don't know why Dale Davis fouled right there. There's still plenty of time. You're down 2. You take that foul on Robert Horry. If he makes 1, you're down 3. If he makes 2, you're down 4. You don't need to foul there. That's just losing sight of the clock. There's almost 45 seconds left to go in this game.
Plus, they've lost Dale Davis as Austin Croshere checks back in.
Now, Jalen Rose is going to drive in. He gets a little bump, and again, there's Shaquille O'Neal, and that's what happens when he does not have to play out on the perimeter and guard a shooter. He's playing Dale Davis around the basket. Now with Croshere in, he'll guard Perkins. Now, Bob, even if he makes this free throw and it's a three-point game, you don't need a three unless it's absolutely wide open. You got 2 possessions here that you're going to have the basketball. You don't need a three unless it's just absolutely there for you.
1 of 2 for Robert Horry. Timeout Pacers. 44.8 on the clock. The Pacers' chance for the NBA title essentially on the line here. They've got 2 timeouts plus a 20 remaining. The Lakers 3 and the 20. The Lakers have a foul to give. The Pacers do not.
Now, Indiana wants to get a quick 2-for-1, and they've got probably about 10 seconds or so, Bob, that they can do that. But they want something driving to the basket. Now, remember, Shaquille O'Neal is playing Sam Perkins, and if he goes for the shot block and you kick out, Perkins can tie this thing with a 3.
Travis Best. Miller trying to come off a screen. They find Perkins for 3, and he ties the game! Doug Collins called that big time. Miller all over Bryant. 10 on the shot clock. It's Robert Horry. They look for Shaq and throw it away.
Phil Jackson said to Robert Horry, call a timeout. Why panic? We've got the basketball. You want to get a shot at the basket. Now it goes for, looks like Indiana was dead. They've got the ball to win the game.
My view was screened for a second. They were actually trying to post Rice down low. In any case, they lost it, and the Pacers will have a chance to win it.
Now look at Shaquille O'Neal right here. He's guarding a shooter, and Phil Jackson had told his team during the timeout, don't leave Perkins. You got to switch, and here he buries the 3-point shot. And let's hear what Phil said in the timeout before.
Sam Perkins, who has said he'll retire after this season. He's played in the finals with the Lakers early in the 90s and with Seattle against the Bulls in 96. He's never worn the crown. The games in his NBA career are down to a precious few, and he just made one of the biggest shots of his entire life.
Now, it's important now, the Lakers have a foul to give, so the Pacers don't want to wind this down too low to where if they take a foul, they can't get a shot.
8 seconds. Travis Best. Shaq out on him. Best with the shot. It's way short. With 2.3 seconds on the clock, the Lakers are going to ask for time. O'Neal had Best 7-1 on 5-11. Best backed up and actually had a good look. There was some space between him and O'Neal.
The only problem is when you take that shot, you don't want to give the Lakers time to call timeout and get a shot. Now, you're going to see the switch. Shaquille O'Neal holds his ground pretty well. He penetrates and he pulls back off balance, shoots an air ball. Croshere very fortunate there. He did not get a foul going over the top. But now what you've done is you've taken an opportunity to get a game-winning shot, and now the Lakers have called time, and they're going to have a chance to win the game. So that was not good time management by the Pacers in that last possession.
Games 6 and 7 are in Los Angeles to have a true shot, not just to prolong the series, but to win it. The Pacers have to win this game. If the Lakers go up 3-1, they can afford to lose Game 5 and have a 2-game cushion heading back home. They'll play with all kinds of confidence, no pressure on them come Friday night. But if the Pacers can pull this out, You've got a best 2 out of 3, and even though the Lakers would have the edge of 2 of those potential 3 games being at home, the pressure would shift considerably. They are the team that since midseason at least has been acclaimed as the almost certain NBA champion. The closer that comes to not happening, as it did in Game 7 against Portland, the greater the pressure on the Lakers.
You see that man Reggie Miller in that timeout. I'm sure he wanted that ball in his hands, but when they ran that little screen roll, Shaquille switched. I don't think the Pacers expected him to switch, and when it did, Best got trapped with the ball and ended up taking the shot. So we'll have to see what happens here. I'm sure that they're going to try to get something either to Kobe Bryant so he can catch and maybe dribble, penetrate, and get a shot. 2.3 seconds. You can dribble the ball twice and get your shot. That's plenty of time. The big thing is you got to get the ball in bounds.
Travis Best has had some very big moments in games 3 and 4. He had the ball in his hands and a chance to tie the series moments ago. He didn't get a good shot. He had a decent look, but he was off balance, and his shot came up way short.
Bryant Shaw is in the game now. He's a three-point shooter. We know Rice is a three-point shooter. Kobe Bryant, I would expect them to try to run something to get Kobe Bryant the basketball where he could dribble, penetrate, and get the last shot, maybe a 15, 16-footer. Now, they're not guarding the guy out of bounds, which means they get a great look at throwing this ball in bounds, so they're choosing to sort of zone up the play.
Shaw to trigger it in. They look for Shaq. He makes the catch. He throws up a hook, and we are going to overtime.
Throw the ball right into the post to Shaquille O'Neal. This is a nice pass by Bryant Shaw. He goes up and catches it. Best is back there digging. The little running hook shot almost goes. Indiana's got new life. As we go to overtime, you can almost feel the breath go out of all these people here as that shot goes to the basket, understanding just how big this game is for the Pacers. But as we start this overtime, Mark Jackson is in the game now as Best sits. So we have to look at our matchups here now with Rick Smits. Can Rick Smits get the ball in the post, maybe get a 5th foul? He's got to be able to make that open shot.
The tip to the Lakers. Robert Horry faked the 3, moved in closer, and gives the Lakers the early lead in overtime.
Very confident shot. Again, Robert Horry playing very, very well. He did split the 2 free throws that would have given him a 4-point lead. Now, Smits has been sitting there a long time. How effective can he be?
He's not going to hesitate, but Shaq poked it away from him. O'Neal driving on Smits. Horry is there to finish it up.
Got to rebound the basketball. When you look out there right now, Smits is not a good rebounder for a big man, nor is Croshere. Jalen Rose, Reggie Miller, Mark Jackson must rebound. Second shot.
Miller off the screen. There's contact between Smits and Harper. And the foul is on Harper of the Lakers.
Robert Horry has come out strong here to start this period. The little pump fake. Croshere leaves his feet, the little jumper, and then on the offensive rebound, he's the guy who picks loose the loose ball. But their shot goes up in the lane. And again, the Pacers not rebounding the ball, and there's Horry for the strong finish. 4 quick points to give the Lakers a 4-point lead.
Smits against Shaq with the jump hook.
See, Shaq has got to be very careful. He cannot commit his 6th foul, so Smits has got to take his time. There's no need to be in a hurry. Get the look that you want.
18 points for Rick Smits in 18 minutes on the floor. Kobe between 2 defenders.
And Mark Jackson's got to step in there and trap him and force him to kick that ball out to Ron Harper. The 2 guys that can beat you are Kobe and Shaq, not Harper.
Jalen Rose. Rice is on him. Rose spinning, looking for Smits. Winds up in Miller's hands. Backs up for 3. Can you believe that?
The awareness of the shot clock. He looked up, Bobby, his eyes went to the target. What a game.
He's got 32. And the Laker lead is 1, but they get it deep to Shaq, and this could be a three-point play.
You see, they're running a little counteraction play here. And Shaquille O'Neal is getting great post position, but Reggie Miller now, watch his eyes. That ball is going to go loose. He looks up at the shot clock, gets behind that three-point line and buries it. But Indiana's going to have to make an adjustment here. Shaquille O'Neal's getting the ball down there because Smits is stepping out on that screen and cannot get back to Shaquille O'Neal. The Pacers have to talk about this defensively.
He doesn't get the three-point play. Smits gets the rebound. Reggie Miller had made just 3 of 15 threes. Coming into this game, he's made 6 of 8 from beyond the arc in Game 4. Rose against Rice. Misses it. Shaw grabs the rebound.
That's a loose ball foul on Shaq. That'll be number 6. What a big play.
That's it. Phil Jackson, hands in his pockets, staring at Steve Javie in seeming disbelief.
Now remember, in Game 2, Kobe gets hurt, only plays 9 minutes. Over the top there as Shaq gets his 6th foul. But Bob, remember, in Game 2, Kobe plays only 9 minutes. Shaq misses 21 free throws, and they win the game. Well, now Shaquille O'Neal has fouled out, 2:33 to go. You're down 3. You have got to find a way to win this game if you're the Pacers.
The first time that Shaq has fouled out of a game in this year's playoffs. Now in comes John Salley, 36-year-old veteran, trying to become the first player in NBA history to win title rings with 3 different teams: Pistons, Bulls, and now Lakers.
Well, he's going to go against Smits, and Smits is going to have inside position here. If they double, somebody's got a 3.
He throws up the hook. He's got 20 points, and the Pacers are within 1.
Now you know that Kobe's going to take over the game. Be aware of Glen Rice's three-point shooting, but Kobe is going to try to attack.
Shaking on Miller and hitting a 2-point basket. He was just inside the line. The Laker lead is 3 again.
How about the poise of this young guy?
24 for Kobe. 18 of them after halftime. A whistle from Dick Bavetta.
Kobe Bryant and Reggie Miller, the marquee matchup we talked about. Look at Reggie Miller squaring him up. These two guys played one-on-one all summer in LA. Kobe takes it between his legs. He pulls it back, hits the jumper, and then sort of gives it, take your time. Everything's cool. I'm not going to let us lose this game. The poise of this young guy who would only be a senior in college this year had he went to college. Amazing.
The foul was on John Salley, who up until now has had as his primary contribution guarding Shaq in practice all season. Here he's got to try and stop Smits with Game 4 on the line. And he can't do it.
Question is, can Indiana get a stop? They got to get a stop here and give themselves a chance to take the lead. And you know Kobe is going to go to work again.
Here he is over Jackson. How good is this kid?
Well, now Mark Jackson is in playing here, and defensively he is not a good defender. He matched up on Kobe on that play, but just stepping up and shooting huge shots.
Out to Jackson. Pacers trail by 3. Here's Reggie Miller into the lane. Missed on the run. And the foul is going to go against the Lakers. Miller goes to grab that talc before shooting free throws.
Kobe Bryant, once again, the ball is going to be in his hands. How much do you miss a guy when you don't have him? You miss him for this right here. Huge jump shots. And then Reggie Miller is going to penetrate. And let's see if the guy's heels are on the little dotted line. They are. That's why it's a block.
Outside that dotted circle, it likely would have been a charge. But inside it or foot on it, the defender doesn't get that call. Again, it's a one-point game. The last 2 baskets made by Kobe Bryant barely missed being 3-pointers.
I'd run and get the ball out of his hands. I make somebody else take a shot right now. This guy thinks he's going to hit every shot. We know the Pacers don't like the double team.
Driving now on Reggie. On the run. Smits comes over for the block. .11 on the shot clock.
See, Brian Shaw has been cold the last few games. Somebody else has got to take a shot other than Rice or Kobe.
Rice, air ball, but into the hands of Shaw. Worked like a perfect pass.
Got to rebound the basketball, Bob. 45 seconds to go. Now you're down 3.
Miller hands it inside to Croshere. 14 on the shot clock as the ball was knocked away.
Now they love to run a play here to get Reggie a 3, stepping out right off of Rick Smith's screen. Let's see if they can free him up.
Looking for him, finding him, but Shaw gets up on it. Now Croshere screens. Horry on the switch. It's in Croshere's hands. He drives the lane, gives it to Smits, who's belted by Rice.
Glen Rice is going to go in the air. Smits comes over to block the shot. Nobody there to block out Brian Shaw. Well, when that shot goes up, I can't tell you enough. You've got to get everybody back there to rebound it.
Rick Smits has shot only 2 foul shots in this whole series, while Shaq has lived at the line for the Lakers. Gets the bounce.
All right, now there's 28.1. If he makes it, only a 4-second differential. So if you choose not to foul, you got to make sure you get that rebound and get a quick timeout, because that clock is going to be working against you. So this is going to be a vital little segment right here.
As many good three-point shooters as the Pacers have, they might elect to foul. Maybe the Lakers make only 1 of 2, and even if they make them both, you've got guys who can tie the game. Shaw on the dribble. Shot clock at 12.
So you don't want to foul now because you got 1 to give. They won't shoot free throws.
Shaw running one-hander. Followed in by Kobe Bryant.
Again, offensive rebounds.
The Pacers are the best three-point shooting team in the NBA. They've made a sizzling 10 of 18 tonight, with Reggie unconscious at 6 of 8.
Now the Lakers always have the option of being able to foul and not let them get the 3 off. So we'll have to see what they choose to do here. But you'd like to think, if you're Phil Jackson, you don't want to let a 3 get off, because if it happens, now you got to go play double overtime without Shaquille O'Neal. So this could change the way they want to play this last 5.9 seconds.
Shaq fouled out with 2.5 left, and the Lakers up by 3. Even without him, they played the Pacers even. They still lead by 3. 5.9 seconds. Jackson looking to throw it in. There's contact with Fox climbing all over Jalen Rose.
Now that is big, because no time goes off. Let's see what we got here now. That's going to be, I think that's going to be 1 shot and the ball. Watch here now. Rick Fox with the foul. So with the ball not being inbounded, anybody's going to be able to shoot it. So Reggie's going to shoot it. It'll be 1 shot and the ball. What a mental mistake here by the Lakers. Now, if he makes his free throw, a 2 ties it, a 3 beats you.
That's almost automatic. Reggie now with 35 points. And the Pacers ask for time, because obviously what they're looking for now is much different than only a moment ago.
Phil Jackson has got to say, what are we doing, guys? Even though you didn't like the foul, you can't get locked up in a play like that. If you're Rick Fox, you can't let a guy lock you up. Now watch Jalen Rose come off here, and you see Rick Fox and him, they get locked up with each other. I mean, you got to call that. I mean, they're right on top of each other. But the big thing is now it changes everything. Now a 3 wins the game. Now you cannot foul and take the 3 out of the game. So that whole thing changes with that little foul right there without the ball being in bounds.
Larry Bird with his assistants Rick Carlisle and Dick Harder. Carlisle mentioned prominently as a potential successor to Bird. Over on the other side, Phil Jackson can count on the counsel of 78-year-old Tex Winter, one of the most respected figures in the game. Jim Clemens, there's Winter. Jim Clemens and Frank Hamlin also over there.
Now, the one thing, if you're the Lakers, on dribble penetration, a 2 ties you. So you want to be very careful. This is the best three-point shooting team in the NBA. We talked about that. If you get drawn in with penetration, a 3 beats you. So you've got to be very careful here defensively what you want to do. And you don't want to give up a touch three-point play.
Rose will throw it in. Mark Jackson, 4 seconds. Reggie off the screen for 3. The Lakers have a 3-1 lead.